Okay. Okay. I think I think we're live. So, hello. We're back. The plan is simple today. Basically, as it says on the actual on the title and the thumbnail, if I lose a single game today, the stream ends. So, pretty simple. Let's see. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm playing using my domination, no, my hybrid rule set. That is Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out my stream settings right now. Let's see if I do this. And that. There we go. Nice. So, the plan is, and hey, looks like chat is working and the stream is working wonderful. So the way that this works, we are playing, as you can see here. I should remove the banner real quick. How unprofessional. So, you can see I have the normal funds for land battles, but there is a reinforcing army. The way that this works is that there will be no reinforcements. We are playing with normal funds, but instead of using the usual multiplayer rules, we're going to be playing on maps that are domination based. So that way we will have proper capture points to make sure that there won't be too much cheese. And yeah, that's basically it. There's no other rules other than that. So yeah, just don't reinforce and you're good to go. Now, anyone can join. So if you are in chat, you can see the password down here in the bottom left. If you do want to play today against me to try and end the stream, now is a good time. And the reason that I'm doing this instead of playing on the Ent ladder is simply because I feel like playing this mode. And until Ent ladder changes over to this sort of hybrid mode, we're going to be playing here. So it should be pretty fun. Should be pretty fun. And yeah, I guess that's it. This is just this is the test run, but I do feel like genuinely getting more. Yeah, that's right. No fruit rules for builds. Instead, I'm turning on unit caps, and this is the only thing. Unit caps and capture points are the only things enforcing proper play. Nothing else. It's crazy, guys. We're in the wild west of multiplayer, although this does it does balance itself out pretty well. All right, but yeah, I think I might do this more regularly just because this is a fairly easy stream to do. Essentially all I have to do is just you know, just boot up the stream and chill. And, you know, hopefully, if this ever catches on and becomes big, then it could be pretty exciting. Yeah, anyone can join. Literally anyone. But you will need to be able to type in chat so that you can say what your picks and bans are. But it is open. Open to everyone. Let's see. Can I change the text? Lobby name. Entity. Anyone can join. There we go. We'll put some big old text in the bottom there. But yeah, anyone can join. Right now, let's see. How do I want to do picks and bans? I guess you probably have to type in. You'd want to type in chat for you to actually do that properly. But it shouldn't be too hard. And since right now, since I'm still sort of regrowing my multiplayer community, you know, if no one rejoins, feel free to play multiple games against me. It's gonna be fairly casual. But for picks and bans, I guess the way it works is after you're in, so I think Extreme Strategy is in. Yeah, if you could just type in chat what your pick is and a single ban. And then we can sort of go from there. And then I'll counter pick. And then we get started. So, yeah, should be pretty good. Let me just... Sorry, I haven't done... I haven't done this sort of stream before, so I'm a little bit out of it. This is a more just sort of casual situation, too. If you guys want to ask questions, I'm sort of chilling. I just really wanted to get some multiplayer games in, and I'm using my clout as a way to get people to come in and play. Playing Slanesh and banning Kislev. Also, yeah, Rusty, this is this idea is not original by me. Basically, let's see, where is that image? There we go. This was not an original idea from me. Essentially, let's see, what if I move I think if I move my webcam higher up, yeah, this will make life easier. Sorry, just 1 second, just rearranging stuff. You're playing as Slanesh. I'm going to play as Nurgle. There we go. It's done. Alright, just gotta move this image. But yeah, so this was a stolen idea. Essentially, stolen from the glorious Ludwig of Twitch fame, or now YouTube fame, I guess. He's done a few challenges like this where it's like, you know, you laugh, you lose. That sort of idea where you watch some funny videos, and if you laugh, you get punished. And in this case, I'm doing, you know, you lose, the stream ends entirely. So maybe that'll increase the stakes a little bit and make things quite exciting. All right, now how do you actually play this matchup? This is an interesting one because I don't actually play that much Nurgle. But I think the gist of it is you can basically just make a Mega Blob and Slanesh can't really do much about it. Yeah, the big problem with Slanesh is, of course, they don't have any range units. So Nurgle, sort of the master of melee, super weak to ranged, should dominate here. There is something that does counter it, though, in this game mode, and that's the capture points. So if I'm unable to hold 2 capture points, then I sort of get screwed. So, yeah, a lot of this is just going to come down to whether or not I can actually hold that. Now, for me, I'm fairly confident that I can, but you never know. All right, there we go. Let's see. Is this the army that I'm bringing? This feels like a really bad army. Oh man, have any of you guys played this matchup? For me, I have not very much. Also, Pendulum is allowed in this mode, which is mildly terrifying. This is an intentional choice, just because it means that there's fewer things that you have to moderate. And personally, I'm not too worried about pendulums in general. It's definitely very strong, but you know, I can still have fun with it around. Let's see, what did I want? Oh yeah, Nurgle's heals are crazy, so we'll go with that. Now my blocker doesn't block everything, but of course I'm not being super hardcore today, so I don't really mind too much. Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, we'll get these abilities. We'll have a pretty decked out Great Unclean one. And then what's the meta? Is it like you get double Great Unclean one? Does the other one have a Mortis engine? Maybe not. Maybe not. That could be bad. Yeah, Nurgle's pretty hard countery to Slanesh in land battles. I'm really interested to see how it plays out here. The stream might end after one battle. So, you know, there's that to look forward to, I guess. Quite exciting. I don't have much in the way of mass right now, so I'm just making a couple adjustments to get there. And then, yes, here we go. And then we're good. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Let's try it. What's the worst that can happen? If you end the stream, is there a prize? Not yet. Not yet. But I might throw something together, right? Let's see. I might throw you like on a list of names. That could be pretty fun. Like, let's see. Maybe if I... Ooh, here. If I add another text box, right? And then we go here, and we'll call it winners. Or stream enders. There we go. Stream enders. Yeah, you will be forever memorialized in this random text box. Let's see. One. All right, there we go. Is that man, that's like the tiniest. You know what? For now I'll have it be super chink. Well, actually, maybe not. I should do this properly, shouldn't I? And there we go. Good enough. Yeah, I'll pop that up. So you know there will be a little bit of prestige if you manage to take the victory here. Just like a few stakes, why not? At some point, maybe I could have some punishment for myself. That could also be fun. But okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm basically ready. Now, the general rule here is that against me, feel free to ready up immediately. I can get my army deployed in under a minute, so no worry there. But yeah, other than getting your name memorialized here, there won't be any other prizes. I'll also have your name up on the Discord too. If you guys are interested, I should have a link to that. Not in the description, because I'm terrible. Well, I'm sure most of you guys are of... I'm sure basically everyone here has... You know, is part of my Discord if you're watching me on my second channel. Although maybe not. Maybe not. If you're not, feel free to let me know in chat. But yeah, I'll have your name in there. And then maybe I'll do something with it later, you know. If I can figure out a way to give like specific roles to people, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah. Anyways, what are we looking at here? We got you know, some Slaanesh infantry. Here's the plan. Here's the plan for this game. We only need to capture 2 areas to do well. This mode is pretty good at breaking apart boxes. Simply because, let's see, some lag? No, we're good. Yeah, this mode is pretty good at breaking apart boxes. Just because it forces people to need to hold 2 points to win the game. But it doesn't make defensive play impossible. These points are fairly close, so if I can sort of hold this middle position, there shouldn't be too much to worry about. And it also prevents a lot of cheese from happening, where you have a limited amount of time to sort of kite around and use your magic before people just win the game by capturing. So, pretty excited to see where this goes. Let's see, what's this? Some Fiends of Slaanesh, some Seekers. It's a little bit sketchy. What I sort of feel like could be a good idea, though, if I can manage to push them off this point over here, since all the infantry is there, they can't relocate easily, then I might be able to fairly easily win this game, because you know, he can capture my back point here, but if we just hold this position, then he'll have to rotate around to fight me, and then in that time I should be able to get some pretty good value. So let's try that. This second Great Unclean one, by the way, he's here to cast these breath spells. They are extremely good against Slaanesh infantry, so I would love to get a bit of value there. And in fact, over here, I could position my infantry along this border over here if I really wanted. And that would be another pretty fun option. Oh, he's reinforcing? Oh my gosh, I should have stated. Extreme strategy. There's no reinforcing. Oh my gosh. Extreme strategy. Let's see here. Or, you know, reinforcing. Alright, that should be enough. But anyways, I'm not too worried. Yeah, I probably should have made that clear, shouldn't I? Well, you know, these are just the problems of doing this for the first time. Because, yeah, there's no way to do domination maps without reinforcements being present. So, yeah, I probably should have brought that up earlier, but you know what? We're already trading pretty well, so maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter at all. Like, look at that value. That is insane. I should really have the rule somewhere, though, like somewhere in the description. And then I should let the person know as we actually start the thing. But, you know, I'll figure that out for next game. I'll just change the description and we'll be good. Alright, now this first engagement over here went okay. I am losing one of my Nurglings, which is definitely pretty painful. Let's go ahead and throw down another breath attack. Let's go ahead and just fight off these Seekers coming along here. And then I guess my Unclean ones can just hold this back point. They really don't have too much to worry about. And in fact, I think this fight's going to go so well, I'm going to use my heal all the way in this back area. Maybe it's a little bit early. It does use a lot of Winds of Magic, but I think it's fine. Yeah. Just because of, you know, I'll be out of position to heal them later, so I might as well get that out of the way now. In the meantime, we are capping this point, as we do have 2 great Unclean ones, so they should be just fine over there. And then I think we've basically won it. A lot of his cavalry is occupied on this far point too, so it means I also don't really have to worry about about really getting overwhelmed anywhere. This shouldn't be too much of a problem. There is a summon coming down, but that won't help hold the point any longer. And then we just sort of wait for our great unclean ones to win the fight here. And then it's just a matter of holding the point. Not too bad. Not too bad. Although if he does keep reinforcing, we probably will lose because I don't have any reinforcements. Maybe I can just summon some units of my own. Who knows? I'll figure it out. This blob too is also pretty atrocious, but we're trading so well, I think we've basically won the game, so no problem. Alright, there we go, and there's that point, and I think Slaanesh is basically done. We've done insane damage with our spells. We've just traded so well that I don't think this much Slaanesh can really do, and this is sort of the main problem in this matchup. They just don't have the grinding power that Nurgle does. So they generally will just lose all of their melee fights. Disengaging is pretty bad right now too. Cavalry have a very hard time disengaging, so that's also a little bit of a problem. Oh my goodness, he's still reinforcing. Oh man, if we do lose this game, well, you know, I guess I could just reinforce for myself right now. Have I lost any units yet? I've lost a single Nurgling. Oh boy. But we're ahead enough. I guess I should bring my Lord here into the middle, maybe. Although this blob is pretty weak. I have basically nothing going on there. I would only want to bring my Lord here just for the heals, I guess. But nothing else, really. Alright. Let's see. There's a bit of a rampage action going on here. That's actually pretty bad for my guys, because it means they will... what's it? It means that I can't countercharge this cavalry, but we're still fine. A great unclean one over here is doing great. And, pun not intended, my bad. And then if I can just get some breath attacks on this infantry, then we're more or less set. Let's see here. Can I get closer? That should be good enough. Let's do that. And this is, if you are ever having a hard time for Slaanesh, those breath attacks are the way to go. You definitely just want to spam those out as much as possible, as it will get you insane value. Like if you look at this guy, he already has 78 kills off of just a handful of breath attacks. It's terrifying. Alright, nice. Looks like we're still doing pretty good. He's reinforcing the middle a lot, so I'm just going to bring my Lord along here. I guess we'll throw down this debuff to melee defense to help grind these guys down a little bit faster, and now I'm sort of just waiting for some more heals. So fecundity and another fleshy abundance, and I think we'll be good to go. And there we go. Let's throw that on the spawn, since they're sort of a really strong unit here, and yeah, I think we basically won it. Now, I guess in the meantime, I should probably change the description to, let's see here. The rules are simple. Domination maps with no reinforcements. 12,400 fun. Alright. Okie dokie. I think that's all I need to change there. Nice. Let's go ahead and set all of this back up. Okay. Now how's this going? I think we have another... Oh, I don't have enough for an overcast fleshy abundance because that costs like 1,000,000 winds of magic. My bad. I guess I'll just throw down breath wind spells instead. That should more or less get me there. And what, I have a random Nurgling here. I guess they can also come into support. He's really pulling in on this fight over here, so I feel like I should be working a little bit more to make sure that it doesn't go too bad. You know what? Let's just throw our fleshy abundance on the exalted plague bearers. You know they're pretty expensive, right? That has to be worth it. Yeah, and then we'll have the Nurglings over here, and everything will be just dandy. There is the tiny problem that he is actually capping the point, but I think as soon as I get my Lord here, we should be fine. He should slow things down a little bit. You know, we got some Mortis engines going. I don't know, it's still getting capped. That's not great. Alright, well my opponent is summoning reinforcements. I guess we probably should too. just to make sure that, you know, just so we don't completely throw the game. And then after this, we're going to let people know that there's no reinforcing. All right, looks like his lord is going down. Very nice. And then we'll just get another big heal over here and we should be good. Let's see, can I get I'll probably throw some plague bearers on this point and that should be fine. And look at that, his lord is taking insane damage. Yeah, the great unclean ones are super hard to kill for Slanesh. It's a rough time indeed. Alright, and then I guess let's charge some demonettes in the back. Continue to focus down his lord. That's a big pit of shades on my Nurglings, especially because it slows them down, so we might actually get out-capped here. And let's see, how's his lord doing? He's pretty low. Actually, no, if I can just kill off his lord here, we should be good. Because then I'll have tons of control everywhere. There we go, I can finally summon my Forsaken. They're going to capture this point. Finally capturing the middle again, very nice. And then I'll probably push onto this, back onto this point again. Since we do very much want to keep that alive. Alright, nice, and his lord is disintegrating, very good. I'm surprised how slow we're capturing this point though. Since I do have so many single entities, you would expect it to be a bit faster, but I guess maybe that's just me. Do I have anything else I can summon? His lord is, she actually recovered, so she's not going to be routing off anytime soon. That is a little bit of a problem. I think I'm out of Winds of Magic also. Yeah, that's pretty rough. But alright, we have this point getting secured. I'll send in some spawn to hold down the fort over here. Cause a few issues. We'll get some plague bearers, put them on this point, and then we should be fine. He's sending in some furies, but they can't actually hold that point over there. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem, I think. And then my own furies can just harass these fiends to stop them from causing issues.
You have the foe's victory point.
All right, there we go. We finally have the middle. Jeez Louise, that took a while. Now I gotta really focus on this side and clear them off. That's a little bit of the problem right now. We can't easily take Slanesh off of points because of the travel time. And you know what? Since it seems like I'm going to win this point over here, I think we just hold this right side and we'll be fine. Oh my gosh, my reinforcement pool is nothing right now though, just because I don't have any. I don't have anything. I didn't give myself a reinforcement pool, but it should be fine. Man, I really wish there was an in-game chat, but CA was, I guess, is against it, given that the game launched without it, but, you know, whatever. You can make do. Some more reinforcements over here. The spawn are just going to attack this point as sort of a sacrificial move. I don't think they're actually going to take it. I just sort of want to slow down the cavalry and make sure that they can't move in to capture the middle area. Oh, he netted down my infantry. That's pretty interesting. All right, come on, let's get back on there. Now, the great thing right now is that I have mostly infantry on the capture point, and he just has cavalry, so the capture weight from that alone should be pretty good. Then we'll have that point captured before we run out of time, as long as he doesn't stall me out for too long. All right, and there we go, points captured. Very nice. I have a casual 8,500 supplies. Pretty sketchy, I must say, but you know, we'll make do. Oh my gosh, this is a disaster. But yeah, how are you guys enjoying Warhammer right now? While we sort of wait for this to wrap up. Are you finding it pretty good? Playing a lot of multiplayer, sort of waiting for Immortal Empires. I know a lot of people are waiting for Immortal Empires right now. Hey, Tiago, hello, hello. We're just chilling right now. The rules are simple. Anyone can join the lobby to try and take me off the stream. And basically we're playing domination maps, but without reinforcements. Now, you are seeing reinforcements come on right now, and that's because I didn't properly explain to my opponent that was the case. But after this, we're going to be playing some normal fights after. You like domination better than land battles? Dang, really? Yeah, I know a lot of people really do like domination mode. For me, I find the battles are a bit too small scale. That's why I'm playing in this sort of custom mode. But I do really like sort of how the capture points fix a lot of problems. Yeah, a lot of people really don't like the maps too. They don't like sort of how tight it all is. But I think it's fine. Like, even on this map, you know, we started with fairly large armies and I was able to maneuver around decently well. But alright, there we go. There we go. A little bit of an awkward game, given that, yeah, there's just so many reinforcements. But you know what? It's totally fine. Alright, anyways, let's get extreme strategy out of here. Let's go ahead and open up, there we go. There's the lobby name. It is Anticity, password's 4321. Anyone is free to join. And when you join, you just have to say your faction pick and a single ban. Yeah, extreme strategy. I forgot to explain what this hybrid mode is that I'm trying out. It wasn't written anywhere, and I don't think I actually explained it. But basically, we're playing land battles, so there's no reinforcements. That's why this number here, it matches the... That's why it matches the same as land battles in Warhammer 2. Or I guess land battles if you just open them up in here, but you know, it's fine. It's all good. Alright. Hey, and look at that, we got Yumi. Sweet. So, Yumi, all you gotta do is go into chat and message your pick and your ban. That's all you gotta do. And then I will be counterpicking. All right, and as per usual, all the rules are in the description. I updated the stream description, nice and quickly, so that we could go over it. But okay, nice. Pick Slanesh, ban Tzeentch. Dang, okay. Also, I'm going to change the map real quick. There we go. Death Pass. Slanesh, ban Tzeentch. All right. I guess this time I will go. I'll go ogres. Should be pretty good. Let's go ahead and throw up our blocker. Nice. We'll close the text and then we'll get underway. So remember, the rule is no reinforcements. But yeah, there are no other limits other than the normal unit caps. Oh, and Yumi's gone. Dang. All right. Well, we'll see who else gets into the lobby then. Who's gonna do it? Now, as the counter picker, I think I am slightly favored. Oh, okay, there we go. Yumi's back. Nice. So we'll just continue with the ogres. Yeah, I feel like I am slightly favored here, but you know, the stream does end as soon as I lose, so I guess that's sort of fair. Now, one thing that is pretty crazy here is that I do have 2 iron blasters. that does make things pretty crazy in the favor of the ogres. Also, there is another rule too. You can't put your lord in the reinforcing army. We're basically playing land battles with capture points. That's the gist of it. But yeah, so this matchup, a lot of people say it is Slanesh favored against ogres. In a world where I can sort of spam a lot of very scary ogre units like Gorgers and Iron Blasters, probably less so. But we'll see if Yumi has a strategy going into this. Another great unit for the ogres, by the way, Hunters. Over here, they on stone horns are terrifying versus Slanesh, especially if you can secure any amount of dominance on the single entity front. Like if you snipe out Exalted Keepers with your Iron Blasters or Soul Grinders, there's basically nothing left for Slanesh to really do to take out big single entities. Their cavalry having a generally pretty hard time at that. Let's see, what do I want here? So I guess I don't really need too many units on this guy, or too many items. Generally, I keep my lords pretty cheap, just so that I can afford more units. Okay, is this the build? Is this the build? Just a ton of ogres and some cannons? Probably. Probably, you know what? Let's try it. Let's do it. Let's see, Justin saying, you actually like domination mode, still a little rough around the edges, but it's nice to have less community added rules to make it fair. Yeah. That's one of my big complaints for Warhammer, just having to learn the rules and having them constantly be updated. Sort of the constant changing of them, which always confuses people. I've always strived for simpler rule formats. And that's sort of what I'm pushing for right now. Trying to show that it is possible. Also, you just started in Warhammer 2 semi-late. So land battles felt like a huge uphill. Yeah. Yeah, yo, land battles are crazy in terms of the learning curve. For a new player trying to get into it, it is insane. This is also pretty crazy. Because you do have a lot more units to control than a usual domination map. And the battles can end a lot faster. But overall, I feel like this is sort of what I was hoping domination would be. I still have nothing against domination existing, but I do love having larger battles. So this is sort of what I'm sticking with for now.
Bring us meat.
All right. Let's go ahead and just draw our lines here. So the basic idea for this build, we are just trying to not get flanked. Simple as that. We have Noblars up in front. They're there just to tank the charge for us. I got 2 Iron Blasters. One of the strongest units in the game right now. And then I'm going to position my Gorgers. Let's see. I'm going to put my Gorgers in the front. The reason? Because usually Slanesh tries to route your front line, I found. And then from there they can push back into your Iron Blasters. So I'd rather have just an unbreakable front line of Gorgers and more or less just use them to pull myself to victory. Now, as usual, you can start the game when ready. I deploy fairly quickly, so no problem there. And as soon as our opponent is ready, we can get underway. But yeah, I really like, I really do like me some good old, what was I going to talk about? I don't know. Oh yeah, I guess this mode in general. It's quite nice. The only gripe is that, well, actually, no, I don't have any gripes about this game mode. Like, honestly, if all of multiplayer became this sort of mode, I would be extremely happy. I've been trying to push for it really hard. You know, messaging Turin and whatnot. Trying to convince him that this is the dominant way to play multiplayer. Although, I feel like just basic domination mode probably wins out. Just because that is what the that's what people are playing on quick battle, so I wouldn't really see a reason why you would do it otherwise. But who knows, maybe one day. You know, if I can just become enough of an influencer, right? Maybe I can get CA to change their ways and then just design multiplayer around me. Wouldn't that be great? Okay, now that was a bit of a wasted shot shooting at the Furies. It is not very worth it to just shoot your ammunition willy-nilly with your artillery pieces. Generally, it's a lot better to play pretty safe with them. Yeah, you wanna get a lot of value with your Iron Blasters because they do run out of ammunition fairly quickly. We have some spears here in the distance. We're just gonna take a pot shot at them. And then let's go ahead and we're gonna grab this Iron Blaster and sort of just have them in the middle. The great thing about this map, when it comes to Iron Blasters, is that you can easily control 2 points at the same time using their range. And as long as we hold the middle, I don't see too many issues here. Yeah, it should be fairly straightforward. All right, and we do have some infantry over here. So this would be a pretty bad fight for my ogres. I'm going to be denying that engagement as much as possible, and then sort of just focusing on capturing the point instead, using my Iron Blasters to support. I will bring in another unit of ogres there just to support, however, and you know what, we'll also bring in my Hunter Lord, as he is quite mobile, so he can pretty easily support this fight too. But yeah, the interesting thing about this mode, because there aren't any reinforcements, you do want to play pretty efficiently. Generally, just farming victory points is not nearly as good of an idea. And you really have to, you really do have to play it a lot more like a land battle, which is pretty fun. It does mean that you will get punished a lot more for your mistakes. No summoning units to help will punish, but I think we should be fine. Let's go ahead and take a pot shot here. And, you know, decent damage. I guess I do have 2 iron blasters, so I don't have to worry that much about conserving ammunition. Let's go ahead and pull these units back over here. Let's move up with the iron blasters and I guess just continue poking away. Slaanesh shouldn't really have an easy way to pull in here, and if we do see a big dive in and surround on my forces, I should be able to support my guys. Now, there is a little bit of a sketchy thing, right? If he went for just one big engagement on me, I would be sort of out of position, given that I have 3 ogre units over here. But since it is mostly infantry, I guess I shouldn't worry too much. They do take a long time to reposition, so a big surround from them should be quite visible if it does come into me. Alright. Looks like we do have some cavalry in the distance, though. Let's go ahead and ward them off with the iron blasters. They're going to be staying very safe and sort of chilling by this cliffside to make sure that we don't get flanked too hard. There we go. Pretty, not the greatest shot. The thing about trying to hit Slaanesh cavalry is that they are simply so fast, you'll very rarely actually hit them if someone's trying to dodge. Unlike a lot of other cavalry in the game. But the time is of the essence. Our opponent does have to try and take me off one of these points sometime soon, or we will just win through capture points. And that is sort of one of the things about this game mode. It very much favors factions that can hold center map control. So you do have to be, you do need to figure out some way of actually controlling that. One may not simply skirmish forever. Looks like he is actually getting ready to make that big old move in. Now, I'd love to get a hit on the Exalted Keeper of Secrets, but I feel like my opponent is probably gonna be dodging with that Keeper. So instead, I'm gonna take a pot shot at that cavalry. And since we are at close range, then that is much harder to dodge. Take another shot at these Hellstriders. Actually, no. We'll take a shot at this Keeper since they aren't dodging right now, and a decent amount of damage. Alright, not too bad. We're gonna evacuate from this point since if you lose your entire army here, you're going to lose this mode. No reinforcing. So I do really want all hands on deck when we take this fight. My lord is going to be careful. He's not going to go for the Exalted Keeper just yet, as that is a very risky endeavor. And he's just going to hang back. Essentially what he's doing, he's just waiting for the Keeper of Secrets to engage, and then that way he can sort of counter-charge. And there we go, we actually get a pretty decent charge, not too bad. Over here my artillery is getting shut down though. Or maybe not entirely shut down, but definitely being bogged down a little bit. But overall, I think we more or less have this fight. You can tell simply based off of the balance of power. The damage dealt for us is absolutely insane, just because we've been taking some pretty good fights. And especially because of these iron blasters. So I don't think there's too much my opponent can do here to take the win. Although we will see. We will see. Let's see, what could he possibly do to really make a comeback, though? I guess at this point in the fight, the scariest thing that could really happen is if he wins through victory tickets. So I guess I should be just bringing a few guys back just to make sure that he doesn't win that way. We have enough of a lead where I'm not too worried about losing in any other fashion. Let's go ahead and heal up my hunter real quick. Send him in on his lord and give everyone some extra damage. And then yeah, we're just going to go for this back capture point now. I'm over like 1,000 gold advantaged. This is way less than 1,000, so there shouldn't really be We shouldn't really be losing this fight, I think.
Here we go.
And it looks like, there we go, his lord. Not down yet.
Meat is ready.
And there are two keepers, so there's a non-zero chance that they just snipe all of my single entities here. One actually diving in on my hunter is pretty bad. Not to mention, he also has what's it? He also has my iron blaster is pretty occupied. You know, it could be a little bit scary. The hunter looks like he's just barely clinging on, though, possibly because of actually that huge heal that we threw on top of him. And we have won this flank over here, so, you know, instead of continuing to fight over there, I'm going to get these units and just bring them back to help pin down these Keepers of Secrets, because they've really been causing me a few issues here, and I do want to finish them off as fast as possible. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's turn our artillery piece, and can we get a good shot? Yes, there we go. It was facing the wrong direction when it shot, but I guess the iron blasters do have a pretty good sort of angle of shooting. Alright, pretty nice. And then let's just grab this one, fire at that keeper, and then his lord should be down. Indeed. And I think we've won this game. We have this back point captured, and our opponent's is out.
Unending glory is yours.
Very good, very good. Ogres are definitely pretty terrifying in this matchup. Pretty terrifying. You know what? I'm thinking we should probably give people 2 bans, shouldn't we? You know, just make it a little bit harder on ourselves. Let's try that. All right. So next up, feel free to join. The only rules are you are not allowed to reinforce. And yeah, I think that's basically it. Just don't reinforce. But if you do join, you do get 2 bans this time. So feel free to make a pick, make 2 bans. And the map is going to be, let's see, I guess Eye in the North is a pretty good one. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, feel free to join. I think we have a pretty small audience today, so feel free to come back in. 2 iron blasters is not fair though. Feel free to come in and play ogres with 2 iron blasters. I dare you. I double dare you. I've already done it myself, so now is the time. Oh, I guess you were already in here, so you know, I guess you can give it a minute, wait for someone else to pop on in, and then feel free to try it out. I think let's see. If you guys went like, you know, if you went ogres and banned Tzeentch and Cathay, I guess like Slanesh is sort of an option. Slanesh is like a very option, but I'd be down to try Slanesh versus ogres with 2 cannons. Of course, there's also Khorne. You could try some Khorne action, although they also can have a pretty rough time versus iron blasters. Though not a terrible time. You can make a pretty mad dive in with your units. Kislev though, it will just have a terrible time versus it. Unless maybe if you go like a mass infantry style, which will still take a pretty brutal beating, but I think mass infantry isn't it's not the end of the world if you go for that. Yeah, if you want a rematch, feel free to come in and play ogres. I welcome the challenge. Let's see, what would it be? So you go like Kislev and you... let's see, I don't know. You could go, you go a ton of snow leopards. There are some Kislev blobs that are pretty scary. Also, by the way, I haven't unlocked Boris yet. Probably something I should do eventually. Yeah, I should get a successful Kislev campaign. I played a Kastaltin one a long time ago, but I got wrecked. For anyone who saw that. Good old pre-release stuff. Why did you make a second YouTube channel? So I can do casual streams like this. Yeah, so this one is... I do stream on the main channel, but this one is for very casual streams. Where I just want to play like exclusively multiplayer. Most of my audience on the main channel doesn't want to watch this stuff, so... yeah, it's a good thing that it's split. It's a good business decision. and it makes other people's lives better too. So I feel like it was a good call. Because the crazy thing is, even on my even my campaign streams for the main channel don't even do that well. So like a multiplayer stream would just be completely out of left field for people. Yeah, just, you know, YouTube stuff. But yeah, anyone who's already played against me, feel free to rejoin if you wanna try any of these builds. I've already shown off some pretty strong ones. That ogre one is basically as meta as it gets right now. But if you don't ban Cathay, you know, it could be a fun fight there. I guess you could sort of imitate Cathay with Kislev, right? Like what, you take Little Grom instead of the other artillery pieces, right? 450 range. The ogre cannons have 380, so you can sort of poke from out of range. That's not bad. So, I don't know. Maybe Kislev isn't a death sentence. Of course, you know, you can't go the usual chariot build, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Not to mention, you can just spam a million, you know, Kossar spears. Ogre should have a generally pretty hard time getting through that. Although maybe not. Maybe not. Armored Kossars will trade pretty badly into them too. And then you sort of have to rely on your cavalry doing well, which is always sketchy. With those, with them cannons flying around. I don't know. It depends on whether or not you can get a big leadership bomb. But like, I know the double patriarch stuff is insane. For those of you who don't know right now, the meta for Kislev is you can go for like an Ice Witch. You know, take whatever spells for her. Or Tempest or whatever. But the real juice is over here. So you take 2 patriarchs. You get the vigor healing on one. You get the healing, the normal healing on the other. And 40 melee attack. So if you take a look at this. Oh, plus regeneration in melee. So you have one decked out patriarch. You have one slightly less decked out patriarch. So basically anything that doesn't stack, you'll do this. But because these are activated abilities, you can sort of cycle them. Have them all activate at the same, you know, constantly activated. You put both of these guys on like a bear or even a horse if you really want to. Right? And then you have an insane hero squad. So they're boosting their melee attack all the way up to like 85 for these guys. 85 melee attack. If you want to save money, put them on the horses. And then, yeah, then you just take a witch to complement them. So, Crystal Sanctuary is not too crazy, but Heart of Winter is a very good sort of generic spell to really bust down blobs. And then you just need a way to deal with the artillery pieces, right? What's the best way to deal with them? I don't know. Like, if you just take this as your blob, right? This is getting very Slanesh style. You know, take some cavalry. Take a lot of cavalry. Something like this. You can go cheap. And then you just need like a couple units of spear infantry. So like a couple Kossar spears to just move on up and poke them down. And then you have, yeah, then you have a crazy death squad over here. You can make them tiny. So just like put these guys on horses so that the ogres can't actually, can't fire at them while they're in melee. And then, yeah, they just have tons of mobility. You know, maybe this is a pretty good build versus ogres. I don't think they're favored, but it could be good. But alright, is anyone joining? Maybe I'll have to call it early if no one joins, but I'd love to get some more matches in with you guys. Otherwise, we're just chilling. Will the stream never end? Is that your ploy? People in chat just want me to stream forever and ever. Who knows? Maybe that's the play. Maybe I've lost internet connection and no one is watching. I haven't seen too much in chat recently. But yeah, I feel like this is a pretty good build versus ogres if you guys want to try it. Of course, your lord would not have nearly as many abilities. So it would look something like, probably like this. Look at that, extra 1,600 gold. You have a bunch of guys on horses that are in no way, like, they're not going to get sniped at all. Gonna have a crazy blob. Oh, yeah, what I've seen, snow leopard spam on top of this. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. So you have a blob of just 5 really short single entities that will have, that ogres will have a very hard time actually hitting. Then you have some mobility. Let's see, you know what? What would it be? Oh, this, yeah, there we go. Right, you got your ranged horse archers who sort of poke away at gorgers. Pretty nice. You know what, like, this is pretty good. I don't see much that can actually kill this, except for some very lucky Iron Blaster shots. But this is enough cavalry to sort of pin them down. I guess you don't really have much of a front line. Like, if you sent these Kossar spears into melee, that'd be pretty bad. But, could they force the ogres into going into melee? Maybe not. Like, you might want a few more of these guys. You know, something sort of like this. To actually force them to move up to fight you. And then when they do, you surround with your cavalry. And then you dive in with your single entities and just make sure they don't get blasted in the face. All right. I'm gonna give it like 5 more minutes for someone to join. If you played already, feel free to join. But if no one joins, I'll just end the stream. How disappointing. How disappointing. But I did get a few games in today, so I guess it was all worth it. But yeah, so how are you guys doing today? Sorry, I was responding to someone on Discord. That's sort of a bad habit, isn't it? Do that while streaming. But hey, even streamers can be distracted at work. For anyone who saw that recently. Thoughts on Lil Grom? I think Little Grom is actually not terrible. In some matchups, Little Grom can actually do a bit of work. The problem is that it's sort of like, it's like Warhammer 3 tier unit. Warhammer 3 has a lot of units that are sort of like B tier compared to the best stuff in Warhammer 2 and 1. But I think in terms of the Kislev roster, let's say the War Sleds get nerfed till they're not usable. I think Kislev's skirmish corps of horse archers and then Little Grom as an artillery piece that can move at the same time, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, not to mention against ogres, it can really help snipe out their infantry. It doesn't do nearly as well against Iron Blasters, and it's way worse than Iron Blasters too, but I think it's okay. But it's specifically a tool for monstrous infantry. I wouldn't use it anywhere else, really. Yeah, not bad. I'm personally trying to figure out if snow leopards are good. I thought that they were bad, but I recently lost a game to someone who brought some of them. So they might actually be a lot better than I think. Especially in a single entity blob where they can stay safe around the patriarchs and have a ton of leadership. That's a pretty comfortable place for them. So there's definitely that to worry about. Kislev's roster is, I feel like, is actually pretty insane. They're so good that even their good units are not used that often. Like, their horse archers are insanely strong, but no one uses them because war sleds are even more insanely strong. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Oh, wait. Well, let's see. I guess it's just a quiet day today. We got no one joining the lobby. That's a shame. Well, you know what? I guess I'll just wrap it up then. I really just wanted an excuse to have a mini stream and play a couple matches, which I did. They were pretty good. But yeah, for now we'll hop on out. I'll probably do a few more of these. I have gone the itch for multiplayer, but of course I do still have to spend a lot of time making, you know, the usual YouTube videos, so I'm gonna still have to worry about that. But for now, thank you very much, guys, for coming in to watch, and I'll see you next time I feel like playing multiplayer. We'll figure something out. Bye-bye.